Greetings, entertainment lovers. March Madness got you down. No worries, we're here to comfort all Michigan State fans and beyond. We've got Whitney Perry with TV news, Holsey with the Music Minute, and more.
So, get ready for your 11-year-old sister to win your pool because she likes the color blue more than green, because from Ball State University, the real deal starts now.
Hello and welcome to the Real Deal, Ball State's one and only entertainment news show. I'm Aiden Hall.
And I'm Brandon Kratkowski. Now, shockingly, there has been more on TV recently than just that basketball tournament. Dad?
Here to cover some of these recent television happenings is Whitney Perry. Whitney?
Ariana Grande did a job well done on Saturday Night Live sketches. The 22-year-old star has added Judy Garland to her list of great celebrity impressions. Grande impersonates Garland stars in a fictional 60s sci-fi B-movie as a starship captain. She also performs the Star's show tunes Get Happy and Zing Went the Strings of My Heart. Grande nails the overly dramatic acting perfectly. Another sketch was a debut of all the singers she had impersonated. She did Celine Dion, Britney Spears, Whitney Houston, and Jennifer Lawrence. Finn Jones will be a new superhero. Marvel is creating a new Netflix series called Iron Fist. Jones will be playing as Danny Rand, a kung fu master who returns to New York City after being missing for years. The star was the perfect choice to play the character. Iron Fist will have 13 episodes. Marvel's Iron Fist, Daredevil, and Jessica Jones will later join together for a mini-series called Defenders, after each get their own series. Person of Interest is canceled. CBS has canceled the crime drama ahead of the 5th season. Executive producers Jonah Nolan and Greg Pledgeman have said, "We're eternally grateful to our amazing cast and crew, as well as our partners at the studio and network. Most of all, we want to thank the show's fans, the best fans in the world. We can't wait for you to experience this thrilling and final chapter." Person of Interest's final season will premiere on May 3rd and conclude on June 21st. I'm Whitney Perry, and thanks for tuning in.
Thanks, Whitney. Sounds like Ariana Grande is quite the impressionist. Do you have any good impressions, Brandon?
Well, I would bust out my Ariana Grande, but I don't think there's any donuts around.
What a shame. Speaking of musicians carrying out musician duties, we've got Holsey on hand to update us on the latest in music. Dia?
MTV brought the most exciting new artists of 2016 to Austin, Texas Wednesday for the Woody's 10 for 16 at South by Southwest. The show was hosted by A$AP Rocky. The 10 for 16 show featured amazing performances from emerging acts like Kehlani, Jadina, The Chainsmokers, and more. Kehlani won over the crowd as she performed You Should Be Here from her Grammy-nominated mixtape. The sharply dressed Jadina performed his hit Classic Man, and the Chainsmokers performed their single Don't Let Me Down. It seems as though Justin Timberlake has been up to something. Like fellow pop heavyweights such as Adele and Taylor Swift, Justin is the kind of artist who keeps his fans on their toes by making them wait long periods of time between albums, which both angers anticipating fans and excites them by making their returns a big one. JT posted a photo in the recording studio on Thursday, which indicated that he may be finally prepping the follow-up to the 2013 two-part The 2020 Experience, which was his first project in a whopping 7 years. The kicker is who Justin was in the studio with, which was Pharrell Williams. Pharrell, however, was not on the 2020 Experience, but he recently helped Missy Elliott make a major comeback. So it's not too crazy to assume that he could do the same for Justin. Iggy Azalea dropped a new comeback single Thursday titled Team. Iggy also dropped a comeback single 2 months ago on SoundCloud titled A Zillion, which didn't do so hot. Iggy tweeted a series of tweets Monday in regards to the single saying, "Bad news update. My record label, Virgin EMI, seems to feel the response to my viral record A Zillion wasn't good enough and I'm not allowed a video. I felt like it was dope, so whatever." She also tweeted, "If all else fails, I'll just drive around LA and play my new album really loudly every Monday from 4 to 6 p.m. Iggy also blamed Virgin EMI President Ted Koppel for not being on her team because he didn't want to see her shine. This seems to be a motivating factor in the release of Iggy's latest single, Team. On the chorus, she chants, "Baby, I got me, only friend I need playing on my team." I hope things play out for Iggy. Unlike many, I'm actually rooting for her. I'm Dia Holsey, and this has been your Music Minutes.
Thanks, Dia. At least Iggy has some people still in her corner. That's good for her.
I mean, first things first, her fans are the realest for sticking with her through these harder times anyways.
Got any more Iggy puns?
Sounds like Iggy has a real lust for life if she's just going out at her label like this.
Wrong Iggy.
They're both blonde, slowly decaying right in front of the public eye, so is there much difference at this point?
I can't fault you there. Anyway, stick around. We have a special interview, Max Lewis with a trailer watch, and more.
Hello there, ladies and some gentlemen.
It's me, Deadpool. Check this out.
Dopinda. Pool. Dead.
Why the fancy red suit, Mr. Poole?
When a dude tries to make you a super slave and kidnaps your future baby mama, the time has come to be a superhero.
Cue the music.
I played a lot of roles. Damsel in distress ain't one of them.
We can't allow this, Deadpool.
Nobody's getting hurt. That guy was already up there when I got here.
Deadpool. No! Don't open that door! They're going to get all of us killed! Something's coming.
You're telling me that when this baby girl fell 30 feet, she hit her head just right, and it didn't kill her, and it didn't paralyze her. It healed her.
Yes.
Well, that's impossible.
This is a little hard to believe. There's a lot of people out there that are just looking for publicity.
A lot of people think we're crazy.
You either roll with it or you get rolled on.
Right now.
Where are we going?
Home.
This isn't us against us. This is us against the people on the other side of that wall.
They're trying to destroy us.
Where are you going?
We're saving the city.
Shoot her down.
Pull up!
We're still animals.
Quit it. You're gonna start a howl.
No! You are naked.
For sure, we're a naturalist club.
All the way down.
Try everything.
Life's a little bit messy.
Try everything.
We all make mistakes. No matter what type of animal you are, change starts with you.
We gotta go.
Whose car is it?
The most feared crime boss, Mr. Big.
Welcome back. As many of you know, RJ Mitty of Breaking Bad fame recently gave a talk here at Ball State. With him came a mysterious disappearance of all the campus's Raisin Bran Crunch.
We here at The Real Deal had the immense honor of interviewing Mr. Mitty. Take a look.
So obviously, we're lucky enough to have you here presenting tonight for us. Coming off of an acting role like in Breaking Bad, what led you to instead hit the stage as yourself and begin public speaking and talking about this important subject matter?
I mean, this is an important role. I think to one degree or another, this type of speaking and this type of industry in itself is, if you have a true platform and you have something you can actually communicate with people about and be on the same level and actually utilize that, I think you should take advantage of that. You should use everything. Like, I don't just do one part of this industry. I speak, I model, I produce, I direct, I DJ, I act. I do anything that keeps the lights on. And this is the thing, is this, I get to meet thousands of people a year that all have amazing stories, that all, to one degree or another, my story affects that, but at the same time, it's them. And I'm lucky that I'm in a position to share something that apparently affects people and has an impact. And I think there's a lot of celebrities and there's a lot of people in my position that I'm in as being initially a public figure, that we have a responsibility to not just our fans, but to a public standpoint of being that public figure and having an effect greater than an entertainment industry. And at the same time, I try to use entertainment in this. I try to make it funny. I try to tell a story. I try to just have fun with it, but at the same time, make it impactful. And I'm lucky because I can tell a hell of a story. Especially when I'm not at one of these events and I can make stuff up. This is all this is all very true to me and real to me, and that's what I hope comes across when I do these. But I like telling a story. I like entertaining. I think that it's a great platform for that, and I get to travel. I'm here today. I'm gone to Texas tomorrow. I head to New York the next day, and then I'm down to Acapulco for a week after that, and pretty much repeat the circle.
Well, yeah, you're obviously very talented at it, whether you're acting or speaking or anything like that. But
depends on the day.
Yeah, there you go. But where do you see yourself 5 years from now? What does the future look like for RJ Mitty, especially coming off of a role like Breaking Bad and now you're public speaking and...
Anything and everything can happen. In this world, to one degree or another, everything is undetermined. You can control and drive whichever way you want, but at the end of the day, this universe will sometimes take you for a loop. And that's really what started me speaking, is that the universe just kept hitting me over the head with it, just literally knocking me in the face. And I'm like, you know what, I guess I will give it a try. But in 5 years, anything can happen. In my industry and what I do, it's so fast paced to one degree, that 5 years can be 2 months. So I could go get a role tomorrow that would change, like Breaking Bad, which it did in my realm, and I 180'd my life for the rest of my existence, and that happens a lot in this industry. So I mean, I'm running around. I have a bunch of movies that I say a bunch. I got 2 movies that I'm shooting this year. I'll be one of the hosts or correspondents and reporters for the Rio Paralympics for Channel 4 out of the UK this year. I have speeches and just different types of events for the next probably 10 years. I don't know. And as long as they keep inviting me, I'll keep coming. But it literally 5 years is, to me, so far away. I can barely tell you what I'm going to do tomorrow. The only reason why I know is I got it on an itinerary, and I've asked 30 times in the last 3 days, what's going on this week, what's happening. Yeah. Other than that, I just accept it one day at a time and just hope for the best. That's at this point, you just grit your teeth and hope for the best.
Yeah. Thank you, RJ, and our intrepid crew for capturing and conducting that interview.
While interviewing people like RJ Mitty might not come around all too often, one thing you can count on is that entertainment industry will always be ready with the latest trailer.
Here to review some of these recent sneak peeks is Max Lewis. Max?
My first pick for my trailer watch is The Boss. A titan of industry, Michelle Darnell, played by Melissa McCarthy, is sent to prison after she is caught for insider trading. When she emerges, ready to rebrand herself as America's latest sweetheart, not everyone she screwed over is forgiving. She must move in with a former employee, played by Kristen Bell, and the woman's daughter. She teams up with her former employee to create a brownie empire and compete against a group of Girl Scouts selling cookies. The trailer was hilarious on its own, and it seems like The Boss will be a good comedy to check out. The movie premieres on April 8th. Next is Disney's The Jungle Book, and this is one step up from the 1967 animated movie of the same name. The plot follows Mowgli, a human boy raised by wolves since he was a baby. When the fearsome Bengal tiger threatens his life since man is not allowed in the jungle, Mowgli leaves home and sets out on a journey of self-discovery while avoiding the Bengal tiger. He encounters jungle creatures along the way that do not have his best interests at heart. The film has an all-star voice cast, including Bill Murray, Idris Elba, Lupita Nyong'o, Scarlett Johansson, and Christopher Walken. The film opens in theaters on April 15th. This has been Max Lewis with your Trailer Watch.
Thanks, Max. It's probably a good thing that Melissa McCarthy's character isn't real. Otherwise, the existence of both her corporate brownies, that Girl Scout cookies, would make the population more overblown than the plot of Batman v Superman.
God, does insulting Batman v Superman make you feel like a big guy, Aiden?
For you.
Well, I guess going to commercial right now is all part of our plan.
Of course.
Stay tuned. We've got Angelo Oriemo with a rant, Madison McGill with some movie news, and a whole lot more.
Welcome back. Now up next, we've got Angelo Oriemo with his rant.
Oh gosh, Aiden, can't just the segment start now?
Be patient, Brandon.
But I want it now! Can't I get an extensive preview of it?
Now this is exactly what Angelo's ranting against. Pull yourself together. Anyways, here with a rant about instant gratification ruining the entertainment industry is Angelo Oriemo. Angelo?
We live in a time where entertainment is everywhere. If you turn on the TV, you have hundreds of different choices of what to watch. If you go to a theater, you have dozens of different choices of movies at any given time. And I won't even go into the field of music or video games. Too long, didn't read, we have a lot of options. And for entertainment lovers out there, much like myself, we're very fortunate. However, given this influx in the entertainment media, I've noticed a startling habit of fans and consumers consistently demanding more. And given the daily practice of sharing overbloated trailers or releasing endless, dull seasons of once proud shows, this rampant consumerism could really end up hurting the entertainment industry. Think about it. Here's just one example. Captain America: Civil War is just a couple months out, and fans have been chomping at the bits every day for Marvel to just show them Spider-Man already. But here's the thing. We've seen Spider-Man in at least 5 different live-action movies over the last 16 years. We know what we're getting into at this point. Lo and behold, Marvel ends up releasing a trailer which includes the most computer-animated looking excuse for the web crawler I've ever seen, both ruining the surprise for those who watched the movie and giving the internet something entirely new to complain about. Altogether, we need to learn to take things just one step at a time. Look at the recent Batman vs. Superman trailer, which basically showed the entire film in 3 minutes. If we as a society cannot learn to be patient and hold out until seeing the movie or the television show, then the content is just not going to have as much of an impact on us. In addition to this, after the content has run its course, we need to learn how to let it go. Whether it's Indiana Jones or Ghostbusters or Dexter or any other program or movie series that has just gone on for too long, we need to know when to let it roll over and die. Because if we continue to demand more and more of a good thing, eventually it's going to lose what made it so special in the first place. Typically, the series that have the best overall content do not go on for too long. I'm looking at you, The Simpsons. At the end of the day, us fans of the entertainment industry have to let it just flow naturally. Because if we continue to demand more and more from it, whether it be from trailers or sequels, we ourselves are going to ruin the industry as we know it. I'm Angelo Oriemo, and that is all I have to rant about for this week.
Oh, thank you, Angelo. Well, we started this episode with TV and music news, so we figured we'd close this episode with some movie news and, make a nice, sexy little news sandwich.
What pleasant imagery. Here with the latest from Hollywood is Madison McGill. Madison.
Stephen Amell, who is known for his starring role as Oliver Queen, aka Green Arrow on the CW's Arrow, is set to receive the CinemaCon Male Star of Tomorrow Award. Managing Director of CinemaCon, Mitch Neuhauser, says Amell is already making his mark on the small screen and is poised to break out on the big screen with his starring role in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Out of the Shadows. Amell will star as vigilante Casey Jones in the movie, which hits theaters on June 3rd, 2016. Along with his new movie role, Arrow was also renewed by the CW, making Amell perfect for the Male Star of Tomorrow award. CinemaCon will be held April 11th through April 14th at the Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Amell will be receiving his award at the CinemaCon Big Screen Achievement Awards ceremony, taking place at the Coliseum at Caesars Palace on April 14th. Harrison Ford is returning to his action-driven character Indiana Jones. Lucasfilm and Walt Disney Pictures announced July 19, 2019 as the release date for the 5th Indiana Jones film, directed by Steven Spielberg. The film follows 2008's attempted reboot, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Veteran producers Kathleen Kennedy and Frank Marshall will return as producers and have said the new film will include younger actors, but Ford will remain the one and only Indiana Jones. David Coep, who wrote Jurassic Park in 1993, will write the script for the new Indiana Jones adventure. They haven't announced any other casting decisions. According to Kennedy, in an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, a few story ideas have been tossed around. Disney chairman Alan Horn released a statement saying, quote, "Indiana Jones is one of the greatest heroes in cinematic history, and we can't wait to bring him back to the big screen in 2019. He goes on to say, "It's rare to have such a perfect combination of director, producers, actor, and role." The 5th installment of Indiana Jones is the first Jones film to be released by Disney since they purchased Lucasfilm back in 2012. They also had to strike a deal with the original Indiana Jones studio Paramount in order to acquire the franchise. The deal made in 2013 allows Paramount to retain the rights for the first 4 films and receive financial participation on any future films. Filming for the final installment in the Maze Runner series, The Death Cure, is postponed after its lead actor, Dylan O'Brien, was injured on set. He was in an accident while filming a scene for the upcoming film and is now being treated at a local hospital in Vancouver. Author of the series, James Dashner, assured fans with a tweet that the injury was not life-threatening and that the production has only been postponed, not canceled. But at this moment, all that matters is O'Brien's full recovery. Wes Ball, the director for all 3 films, also took to Twitter to update fans on O'Brien's condition. Quote, "Well, it's been a whirlwind of emotions these past few days. I've been overwhelmed with feelings of anger and sadness and guilt, but ultimately I find myself left with just a deep love and respect for Dylan. He is one tough cookie. I'm sorry for the grief this accident has caused his friends and family, as well as my wonderful cast and crew. It's scary seeing your friend get hurt, but fortunately, Dylan is going to be just fine. After a few weeks of rest and recovery, he will be back up and running to finish our adventure together. All the best." The Death Cure is scheduled to hit theaters on February 17th, 2017. I'm Madison McGill, and that's the latest in Hollywood.
Thanks, Madison. Wow, glad to see Indy's back. Though it is weird they're releasing it as the 5th movie when there's only been 3.
And I think it's weird we're still making the same jokes that got stale around 2009.
Hey, you wrote this, not me.
Excuse me?
You are the head writer of this show.
I think you have me confused with another Brandon Krakowski there.
You're even writing this banter right here, and I'm reading it off the teleprompter, and we're in a studio, and we've now got a bit of a paradox on our hands now, don't we? Well, we need to reconstruct the concept of separation between the creator, performer, and audience, so we'll be right back. We'll hopefully have regained enough of a fourth wall to present a final word.
I'm Brandon Krakowski, and so are you.
These people are upset that you have filmed.
Oh my God, Greg, look, it's your mom.
You are mean. How do we say which?
He's got severe trauma to the neck. He's lost all his front teeth.
28 years of practice gone. He'll never play again.
What did you do? You're gonna kill yourself because you can't play trumpet anymore.
There's a lot of speculation about the hard lives that folk singers live.
What do you mean hard?
You go out on the road and you sleep with a different woman every night.
Business is tough on marriage.
Marriage is tough on marriage.
I need some air.
Your mom felt the same way about being Greek.
Florida, Texas, New York. These are the colleges I'm applying to. Why do you want to leave me?
Payback.
You know the oldest lie in America, Senator? Is that power can be innocent.
You're gonna go to war. son of a bitch brought the war to us.
You know you can't win this. It's suicide.
The greatest gladiator match in the history of the world. Son of Krypton versus Bat.
Yeah, for my final word, I want to talk about one of the worst films to be released recently. 10 Cloverfield Lane is by far the worst film I've seen in recent memory, much akin to Interstellar. This is a film that takes a decent premise and good actors like John Goodman and manages to throw them right out the window for the sake of jump scares and cliche action tropes. I came in knowing nothing of 10 Cloverfield Lane, and I came out wishing I knew even less than that. I wish I could click my heels and just pretend that this film was just a collective fever dream. But no, it was indeed real, and that is the true tragedy.
And for my final word, I would like to talk about a film that's so bad it's incredible. I recently viewed the Neil Breen classic Double Down, and whoo boy, even after watching this film, I'm still not entirely sure what it's supposed to be about. From what I can gather, this film is simply about a fantasy version of Neil Breen being the best. He's the best cyber activist, terrorist, humanitarian, hacker person on this green earth. And I think he's trying to do some kind of bioterrorist attack on Las Vegas, and he's helping the FBI for some reason. And I guess he has a magical rock that can cure cancer that he only uses once on some little girl. And he occasionally has visions of his dead loved ones and may or may not be carrying around the skeleton of his wife. And he absolutely adores tuna and carries around nearly 200 empty cans in a box in his trunk. This film is where Jodorowsky meets Wiseau. It at once feels like a complete incomprehensible mess of a film and some kind of savant genius statement from someone operating on a completely different level from the rest of society. Real estate turned director slash producer slash lead actor slash location scout slash caterer, Neil Breen is a fascinating study. I got a similar feeling while watching Double Down that I felt while watching The Room. We're watching a crazy person's inner workings without a single filter or person telling them no. This is the kind of film that I would recommend to anyone looking to get their kicks in the so bad it's good vein of filmmaking. Just let the Breen wash over you. And don't think about how it's improbable that he has a direct line to the President of the United States.
That hurt me. And that wraps up the show for this week. Be sure to check out our website, Facebook, and Twitter pages for news and updates on all things entertainment. I'm Aiden Hall.
And I'm Brandon Krakowski. We will see you next time.